in Charlotte, Michigan, about 3 hours south of Levering.
When Amber was little, she always had the need to make people laugh, and she just found a way to do it so naturally. She was hysterical.
Amber was sweet as pie. She really was. She always smiled. She's a beautiful person inside and out.
Because of her excellent grades, Amber receives a scholarship to go to college. She doesn't stay happy there for long, coming home at Thanksgiving, already deciding never to go back. Disappointed and exasperated with Amber's behavior, Darlene feels once again it is another argument that ends with Amber getting her own way.
Amber got into the party life, and Amber got into having fun. While they expected her to get good grades, she had a scholarship. She just didn't want to do it. She was with a boyfriend she had met, and she got pregnant. It just didn't work out, and there she was, home, pregnant, by herself.
With her boyfriend no longer in the picture, pregnant and living in her mom's basement, Darlene is unsure of Amber's future. But she has an idea. Amber and Trenton should meet.
They had so many common interests. I mean, they both liked the same sports teams. They were both into the outdoors, real people-oriented. They went to dinner, and they never spent a night apart after that.
They move in together immediately.
They kind of reminded you of a little old married couple. They just bicker, and then it was just a big joke, and their relationship was so full of love and energy. When I saw them together, it just made my heart beam, because it was like Amber had finally found what she was really looking for.
Trouble soon strikes the happy couple. At 3 months old, their son is rushed via helicopter downstate to the Children's Hospital with an enlarged heart. He is diagnosed with cardiomyopathy.
And it was so severe, he had to be on a transplant list, and he had a Berlin heart. It was actually a heart on the outside of his body that pumped the blood through him.
The medical care for this child was putting them in financial ruin.
Medications upward of $5,000 a week are vital to their son staying alive and not covered by insurance. To make matters even worse, their son develops leukemia, generated by the cardiomyopathy and medication. 4 weeks before her son is to get his heart transplant, Amber and Trenton find out she is pregnant.
The heart transplant took a real toll on them. I mean, they were both exhausted. At one point, Amber just was like, I can't deal with the relationship and this. And Trenton was like, no, we're a family. You don't walk away from family. We will work on this.
Amber needs a break from the stress of the overwhelming medical bills and looking after her constantly sick child. She decides to head to the casino one night and blow off some steam. To her surprise, she wins $1,200.
Date night was the casino. Amber got Trenton going, and then they both just really liked it. They would go to the casino at least once a week.
Things finally seem on the upswing for the devoted couple. The oldest boy has had his heart transplant, is in remission from his leukemia, and their youngest son is born healthy.
It just made my heart beam, because it was like Amber had finally found what she was really looking for.
Amber didn't just, slide over the bar. She wanted to be the best. She wanted to be the best mom in school. She wanted to be the best partner to her husband. She wanted to be the best, everything.
The morning of March 6, 2014, starts off bright, cold, and crystal clear at minus 21 degrees Fahrenheit. It's also a busy morning for Amber. Her first stop is to buy snacks for school at the local store.
Amber had left the residence that morning to take her kids to school. She left about 7:05 a.m. When she left, Trent was sleeping in bed. Normally they took the bus. This morning she decided to drive him to school. She went to a small store in Pellston where she purchased a snack for her son to take to class that day.
Next stop is to take her younger son, who has been sick for a few days, to the local clinic.
And while she's sitting there waiting for her son to be evaluated by the doctor, she texts Trent at about 9:13 a.m. with no response from him. After they leave Quick Care, they go to pick up a prescription for the son.
Amber makes her last purchase at 9:46 a.m. before heading off to her sister Amy's house for a quick visit. Amy lives with her partner Mike, about 20 minutes away from Evering, but no one is at their place, so they head home, arriving at around 10:30. Little does Amber and her son know what is waiting for them at their home.
Newsflash! Look at this broccoli straight from the store. The water just beads right off. With just a few sprays of Eat Cleaner, look at how the water goes right through it now. You have no idea what's on your fruits and vegetables. Before you take another bite, you need Eat Cleaner, the natural fruit and veggie wash that is going to change the way you think about fresh produce forever. Just spray and rinse. Eat Cleaner not only removes the wax, pesticides, and chemicals, but up to 99.9% of the bacteria that can cause foodborne illnesses. Eat Cleaner gets rid of it all. Not only can everything taste better, but it can last up to 5 times longer because it's clean. Before you take another bite, you need Eat Cleaner.
Call or go online now and get 2 bottles of Eat Cleaner with our 90-day money-back guarantee for just $24.99. Order today and we'll give you a 3rd bottle absolutely free. Visit GetEatCleaner.com.
Okay, $1 million deal on the line. You got this. Recaps and sales meeting insights from all team's calls. Otter AI. It's you who is man's best friend.
Otter, the AI meeting agent.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you. Thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You can even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
We're Dagny Dover, and we believe your bag should make you feel confident for whatever the day throws at you. At Dagny Dover, we're problem solvers. We wanted to make bags that just really work for whatever you need. We're meeting you where you are and taking you where you want to go.
Before the next commercial, find out if you're overpaying for car insurance. FinanceBuzz.com compares the rates of over 90 carriers, from emus, geckos, and ladies in lab coats, to see who gives you the best price. Go to FinanceBuzz.com.
Believe it or not, this is shampoo. At Kitsch, our shampoo and conditioner bars are packed with nutrients for stronger, healthier hair. Yeah, I definitely had a lot less static, a lot less frizz. There's so much more volume. The best part about it? No plastic bottle. Learn more at mykitsch.com.
Stay tuned to get this free 5-piece Ultra Non-Stick Bakeware set from Gotham Steel. Are you tired of pans that burn and lids that don't fit? Worse yet, they're a nightmare to clean. You need a new set, but prices are so high, it's obscene. Well, now there's a brand new professional cookware set that's ultra durable and non-stick. These pans are super slick, and it can be yours for our lowest price ever. Introducing Gotham Steel, chef-tested cookware designed to make family meals with no sticking and easy cleanup every time. Gotham Steel is made with cast aluminum and coated with Isorama, a fusion of ultra-durable titanium and super slick ceramic. This cookware comes with vented glass lids and is oven rated up to 500 degrees, so bake meals in the oven that come out perfect every time. Even use metal utensils with no scratching. Plus, the entire set is PFOA free and dishwasher safe. Other professional cookware sets could cost about $400, but we have a factory direct deal for you. You can get the Gotham Steel 12-piece set, not for $400 or even $300, but for just 5 easy payments of $49.99. But wait, order right now and we'll drop one payment. That's just 4 easy payments of $49.99. This is nonstick cookware that we know you'll love. That's why we're guaranteeing it for a full 10 years. We'll even include our self-draining fry basket, stainless steel steamer insert, and steamer rack. A $50 value absolutely free. And there's even more. As a special gift, you'll get our 5-piece Gotham Steel bakeware set. The fast, easy, ultra nonstick way to bake your favorite desserts. No grease or oil needed. Together, they're a $110 value. Yours free. That's an incredible 20-piece cookware set. Plus free shipping on your entire order. Call or click now.
Call 1-800-237-4541 or go to GothamSet.com. Again, that's 1-800-237-4541 or order online at GothamSet.com.
The morning of March 6, 2014 starts off bright, cold, and crystal clear. It's also a busy morning for Amber. Little does Amber and her son know what is waiting for them at their home.
The initial call was March 6, 2014 from Amber Smith. She indicated that when she returned home that morning, the door was ajar to the residence.
And she walks inside and she sees the house in disarray. It wasn't like how she left it. There's pill bottles all over the place. The drawers are pulled out. So she just gets inside the house and sees this.
She stated that she did not see Trent, backed out, and went to the car and called 911. The Emmett County Sheriff's Department deputy responded to the scene, made contact with her.
Okay, so the inside door is open.
Which I just thought was weird, But, I mean, Trent is the most forgetful person that I know, so I was like, hey, just shut the door, maybe you didn't get up.
And I'm sorry, so are you outside when you call 911?
I told Carson to get his boots back on to get back outside, which he did, and I told him to get in his car seat just because I knew he was safe inside the car. I dialed 911 and I sat in the car with him.
There was some medications that were in the kitchen cupboard that were thrown down onto the counter as though somebody was going through the medications. There was a small Century beige style safe that was open, laying on the floor. You know, the contents of the medicine cabinet and the cabinet where the sink was at had been thrown askew onto the floor. They had a number of guns. Upon entering the bedroom, the deputy could see that there was a subject laying in bed. He had the covers, blankets up to his neck. There was obviously visible sign of trauma to the subject's head, and he was deceased in bed.
There's no doubt in the deputy's mind that he has found Trenton Mallory. A detective soon arrives on the scene and starts speaking to Amber, hoping to get a clearer picture as to what has happened. As hard as it is to question someone minutes after they've learned their loved one has been murdered, it's imperative to find out as much as possible and as quickly as possible about the victim.
There is absolutely nothing easy to say, to do, to make you feel any better in the situation. So I'm terribly sorry for this. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you, so. I gotta ask you a lot of questions. So, as you may know, or may not, time's of the essence in a situation. I guess, okay?
The reporting person always needs to be cleared. Spouse, a fiance, a girlfriend, anybody that's close to the deceased. You're going to want to clear them with an alibi or at least verify their story the best you can and get a better picture of what's going on.
At the beginning, the world is wide open as far as potential suspects goes. Trenton is Mr. Nice Guy. He is a hard-working family man. There is nobody that can be found who would say anything negative about Trent, or who can give a reason as to why someone would want to kill him.
Who doesn't like Trent? Who would be his biggest enemies?
Everybody likes Trent. He is such a good guy. him.
Enemies?
I don't think so.
Trenton's the most amazing man ever. I couldn't love him more if I had given birth to him. Trenton was so special and so kind. He would do anything for anybody.
If this in fact is a homicide, if it is, I would assume that you would cooperate to the fullest. That means taking computers, phones, anything.
That's fine. I don't care.
With the cooperation of a grief-stricken Amber secured, police start tracking movements, calls, and texts between her and Trenton and others involved in their lives.
Inside of the bedroom where Trent was located deceased, there was a gun cabinet. In there was approximately 5 long guns. Underneath the bed in a case was another long gun. And then there was another long gun that was propped up against the closet door in the bedroom, along with ammunition and other hunting supplies.
Trenton's body is removed by the medical examiner. The autopsy shows that Trenton has died from a single gunshot wound to the left side of his head, an inch or two behind his ear.
The projectile used to shoot Trent was a .22 Super X long rifle bullet. The spent projectile removed from Trent's head at that time by the autopsy appeared to be .22 caliber, which would be consistent with the empty casing found next to the bed. Medical examiner placed the time of death on March 6, 2014 at 9 a.m. And based on the alibi that was presented by Amber Smith at that time, she was not at home at 9 a.m. as the time of death that was indicated on Trent's death certificate.
Police officers came and knocked on my door and asked me if I knew Trent Mallory, and I said yes, and they told me that he had passed away. And I was like, you know, where did the accident happen? And they're like, he was murdered.
Hi, Grandma. I played baseball today.
Oh, that's great.
What position did you play?
First base. That's what my grandpa used to play. When our hearing wouldn't allow us to use a regular phone, it made us feel isolated.
It became difficult to communicate with our friends and family.
Clear Captions was an easy solution for us.
Clear Captions provides captions on a phone like captioning on your TV, so you can see what the caller is saying live as they say it.
Making it easy to understand and respond immediately.
There is no insurance or Medicare required. Clear Captions service is provided at no cost to you through a federally funded program. We deliver, install, and train you on how to use your phone, all at no cost to you.
Give your loved ones the independence and connection they deserve.
Call now to see if you qualify to get a Clear Captions phone at no cost to you.
Call 1-800-921-4979. That's 1-800-921-4979.
Can you believe this? Doug Flutie and Frank Thomas. You guys look great. Once I turn 40, let me guess, less energy, less drive? Definitely. It's not your fault. It happens to every man. Testosterone levels drop as you age. Happen to you guys? Yeah. So what did you do?
We got Nugenix Total T. To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text STURDY to 231-231. This unique man-boosting formula is powered by Testnode, a key ingredient clinically researched to help increase testosterone levels.
That does it. I gotta get Nugenix. Just send a text
for complimentary bottle.
And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text STURDY to 231-231. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you lose fat and get lean absolutely free. That's STURDY to 231-231.
I tried a bunch of different probiotics before seed.
And they didn't help. It addressed my bloating and my irregularity.
It's really helping my daily bowel movements and keeping me pretty regular. I started feeling better and less bloated, felt flatter, lighter. I just keep going back to seed because it actually works.
Now I walk around smiling every day because I don't get bloated anymore.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can scan and hack your information without you even knowing. Worse yet, it's bulky and so disorganized. But not anymore, because Slim is in. Introducing SlimMint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash truly protected. And now may be your last chance to get it for a low price. SlimMint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from scanning your wallet and stealing your info.
Having your information stolen is a nightmare, but with SlimMint, I know I'm protected.
With money clips, cash can easily fall out, but with the auto-locking SlimMint, your cards and money stay securely in place. Then just press the button to release the lock. SlimMint is ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to securely fit your additional cards and your extra cash. Even with everything you see here in the SlimMint, it's still ultra-thin. Bulky wallets are uncomfortable, but the SlimMint is so compact it fits in any size pocket. Plus, it keeps everything easy to access.
SlimMint holds everything, from pictures to credit cards, my driver's license. Yeah, it's still so thin.
Say bye-bye to bent cards and damaged magnetic strips. SlimMint keeps them protected. It's crush-resistant and can really take a beating. Similar wallets sell for over $100. But call or click now and get SlimMint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get SlimMint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 SlimMint wallets while supplies last. You still have time to get your very own SlimMint wallets, but you must act fast. Don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-618-5190. That's 1-800-618-5190. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-618-5190 now.
LitterRobot has now solved the litter box problem for over 1 million pet parents around the world. Hi, I'm Brad Baxter, founder of Whisker and LitterRobot. I'm proud to say that every robot has been designed, assembled, and serviced right here in the USA. Try LitterRobot today.
Let's be real. When you hear studs, you're thinking tall, dark, and handsome. At Ritani, we're talking diamonds. Brilliant, flawless, with the clarity you deserve. No confusion, just the perfect pair at the perfect price.
Coming up next on True Crime Network.
Amber Smith comes home to discover their house has been broken into and ransacked. Even more horrible, her fiancé Trenton is found murdered in the master bedroom, lying face down on the bed with severe head trauma.
I have to tell you that we are treating this as a homicide. Okay?
It was very plausible that this was a break-in, and Trent just did not wake up, and somebody actually shot him while attempting to steal stuff from his house.
What's going to happen at this point is basically a bunch of investigators are going to be at your house for a period of time, okay? All right? Now, when you pulled up to the driveway, you saw the inside door was open. The screen was shut, but it's always a little ajar. When you walked into the house, did you yell for Trenton at all?
No, because I didn't know if he was sleeping or not.
The world was wide open as far as to potential suspects and who would want to kill Trent, who would want to break into their house, who would know that Amber and the kids had left at the time they did. So it was a matter of digging into Trent's life and to Amber's life and to the family's life, that's just to see, is there something that we don't know about? Is there's something going on?
Detectives begin coming up with various scenarios and suspects, and slowly start to eliminate those with an alibi.
How did the person get in the house? Was there forced entry? Did they break into the house? I mean, how did they gain entry to the house to commit this crime?
They're way out in the middle of nowhere.
There's so many people that he's always dealing with from work, and people swing by, and he tells me who they are, but if you understood Trent, there are so many people that he knows and that know him, and, you know, they'll stop by or will swing by someone else's house.
Trent was buying items like from sporting goods stores, trail cams, and, you know, different kind of weaponry, you know, hunting rifles and hunting gear. And he was buying them and then selling them on Facebook Marketplace.
They kind of started looking at that aspect of Trading Trent was his nickname, that maybe he just got in with the wrong person.
So we're basically in the middle of nowhere, right? Basically in the middle of nowhere. And why, if I were to tell you that it's a possibility, okay, that somebody caused the death to your, that somebody caused the death to Trenton, who do you think would do such a thing?
Nobody would do that. Trent buys and trades a lot of stuff, so there's always people coming and going, buying stuff and selling stuff.
People involved in the trading and bartering world are not always what or who they seem to be. Many people post items for sale with descriptions that are not always accurate. The old saying, buyer beware, still rings true, especially when buying, selling, and trading guns and ammunition. Occasionally, stories of deals gone wrong will reach police.
Her husband says that Trent had told him that he was dealing with a person down in Big Rapids with guns.
That guy was so mad. Trent was mad too because he drove out there and it wasn't just for a gun. She had a tractor for sale, like a garden tractor, and they were selling it really cheap. And then I was like, okay, well, if it, runs fine, then we'll definitely buy it. And he got there and said that he didn't want to buy the tractor because, it wasn't in the shape that he thought it was in. He just kept yelling at him, swearing at him. And
Yelling at Trent?
Yeah, and Trent was like, well, I'll still buy the rifle or the shotgun from you, but, I don't want the tractor. And they just went off on it.
Okay. Do you know the names of these people?
I have no idea. I know they blocked us on Facebook, so we can't even see that.
People are selling guns, they use guns to trade and barter in rural areas. None of those guns were taken. They were just left there. I mean, if anything, you can get money from guns, but they were left behind.
They had TVs, they had trail cams, they had hunting equipment, they had a lot of guns, all things that would be particularly desirable for somebody who had a nefarious intent, okay? They had some money. They did have some cash on hand. That there'd been a big fundraiser in the area, and they'd gotten some cash. And they had drugs, okay? Not street drugs. They weren't like that, okay? But they had drugs that were marketable, maybe. Guns, money, and drugs. That's what drives the world, right?
That's a red flag. Why would somebody break and shoot somebody and not take anything? Well, it's telling me somebody wanted somebody dead.
If the motive is not to steal anything, what other reasons would someone have to want Trenton dead?
Is there a reason why anybody wanted to take Trent out of the picture? And we really struggled to find too many people that really fit that bill. We did learn of that Amber did have an affair within the last few months prior to that.
After the transplant, she had started contacting a previous boyfriend and started, doing things that just were so out of character. It was like she needed to escape her own life, and it didn't turn out very well.
How well do you know Ryan Hunter?
I used to work with him.
How well do you know?
He cheated on his wife with me. I work there.
Okay. And when was the last time you contacted him?
I talked to him 2011.
Was the last time you talked?
We talked on Facebook. Maybe it was 2012. I don't know. It was a few years ago.
Right. Well, it was 6 to 8 months ago.
Excuse me?
Correct. We have those.
6 to 8 months ago?
That's correct.
Law enforcement always has to make sure that anyone having an affair with the partner of someone who is murdered is also not an accomplice or guilty of that murder. In short, to eliminate the affair as a motive for the murder.
I earned my degree online at Southern New Hampshire University.
It's possible to raise a family, to pursue other things, and still further your education.
And you can do it too, from all over the country. I live in Massachusetts.
I live in Texas.
I live in California.
I live in Pennsylvania.
I'm from Florida. I'm from Virginia.
In North Carolina and St. Louis. I'm from Tennessee.
And I'm from Georgia.
Regardless of where you live across the country. Earn your degree at SNHU.
Visit snhu.edu.
I love what I do, which is help people make the switch to consumer cellular, like our customers Courtney and Jackie.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
Consumer Cellular gives you access to a fast, reliable, nationwide network for up to half the cost of big wireless.
My previous provider was terrible.
Why are we paying this much for our cell phone bill? It's crazy, right? Dropped calls or missed calls. To me, that was just normal.
We wouldn't get to talk to a person. Now with Consumer Cellular, no problems.
Our reception is so much better with Consumer Cellular. It's been amazing.
I just made a road trip across half the country, and I did not have one dropped call.
Better customer service. They tell me exactly what I'm paying and why I'm paying for it.
And here's my favorite part. You can save up to half on your bill.
That's within $1 of being half of my old bill.
With Verizon, I was paying about $150 a month. With Consumer Cellular, I'm paying about half that.
As AARP members, we get 2 lines for $55 a month.
I'm getting the exact same coverage for half the price. That's a beautiful thing.
Done deal.
We'll set you up with the best plan for you and help you wrap things up with your old provider. It all takes about 20 minutes.
Switching over took about 20 minutes. That's it.
Consumer Cellular customer service reps are A1, top notch.
They are so nice. You get a human being to talk to.
It's month to month. Very simple. You're not locked in.
I got to keep my phone. I got to keep my number.
If you're thinking about switching providers, do it.
If I can do it, you can.
That's why I love Consumer Cellular. They've made it easy.
We'd love for you to enjoy our reliable nationwide coverage and the best customer service in the business. Give us a call now and start saving up to half on what you're paying now. It only takes about 20 minutes. Call 800-918-5781 to switch and save up to half with Consumer Cellular. Plus, for a limited time, new customers get their second month free when they sign up today.
They were gunned down.
This is a Stone Cold Killer.
Now, determined detectives will have to trace the ballistics to track down their shooter.
We are all hands on deck.
Targeted for murder. Next on True Crime Network. In northern Michigan, detectives continue to focus on breaking and entering, with Trenton Mallory's hobby of buying and selling guns as a possible motive for his murder.
Why would somebody break and shoot somebody and not take anything? Well, it's telling me somebody wanted somebody dead.
One thing that interests detectives is that Amber has yet to ask how Trenton died.
Do you know how he died? Huh? Are you curious? So there's several different ways that a homicide can occur, correct? Do you agree? So he was shot, but it appears that he was sleeping when this occurred. And look at this from the detective's point of view, okay? We're in broad daylight, a house in the middle of nowhere, right? There's a truck parked in the driveway, okay? The door's open, there's neighbors, right? And then all of a sudden, a person is shot in his sleep. House. Does that sound odd to you?
We interviewed Amber, and the details changed. There was just little things that would change over time because it's hard to keep track of all those inconsistencies, which made her a prime suspect, but certainly didn't put us over the top where we could charge her at that point.
Another thing detectives are soon able to rule out is whether this is a burglary with narcotics being the primary goal. It's been observed that the kitchen cupboards and medicine cabinets have been gone through, and prescriptions and pill bottles scattered everywhere.
I see a lot of medication in there. Who's that for?
There's antibiotics in there, a bunch of dental work done. Marshall takes meds. We buy a lot of over-the-counter cold products and stuff when they're 88 cents at Walmart. Or it's just a bunch of random stuff.
Her son had a lot of medications, being a transplant person, and they thought maybe if he had narcotics or something, but these medicines were very dangerous for anybody who didn't need them. But they thought maybe it was for the medications, because we do have a lot of drug problems here.
It's like a safe, like a fireproof safe, and that's open. Is that usually locked?
Well, it's locked, but the keys sit right on top of it. Like, we're not going to safe without it.
What?
I mean, if we leave somewhere, we take the keys with us. Like, if we go away for a day or two. Or if, like, someone comes over to babysit, we put the keys away. But usually the keys are just sitting there.
What could they possibly be looking for? They're opening up the safe, they're going through doors. The person's going through a lot of different things.
I mean, we've got guns in there. Yeah, we tried hunting rifles and stuff, and they said a couple times that he would treat a day.
So, if I was a bad guy and I wanted to walk in there to get something,
we keep money. People know that we don't really have cash on hand if we need something.
who are these people that know that?
I don't know. I imagine if you said that somebody got into the safe and they took our money, which, whatever. But I don't know why anybody would hurt Trent, because if they needed the money that bad, we would just give it to them.
One of the big challenges detectives face is the discrepancy in statements between family members and friends. Often, people remember things differently for a number of reasons. Some of those reasons are innocent, others are not. In the case of Amber's statement, things are not adding up the way they should.
It sounded like you guys had this amazing relationship.
Wow, it was. I mean, I've known Trent for a long time. We went on a blind date 10 years ago, and I chased that boy, and, he just didn't want anything to do with me, and, we were the greatest friends, but then I decided to go off and get engaged to somebody else, and all of a sudden he was interested in me. It was fine, and then Marshall came along, and, he loves kids. Like, there was nothing in this world that Trent ever wanted more than to be a dad. Like, he just always wanted a house full of kids. We realized that we know each other better than most married couples know each other because we're best friends. And, we tried to date, and then the stuff happened with Marshall, and, it was just too much stress for me, like trying to deal with a dying child, and I was pregnant. But then after Carson was born, we figured it out.
Investigators are having a hard time reconciling Amber's insistence that this is a burglary gone wrong with the facts of the case.
Amber tried to claim that this was a burglary. There were a few things that were disheveled. The victim was killed with a .22 rifle. Despite the fact that she claimed this was a burglary, forced entry into the home, there were numerous other guns in the house that were untouched, and the murder weapon was missing. As the investigation unfolds, it turns out that Amber and Trenton had been advertising this particular .22 rifle for sale. She actually had held it up with the serial number on one of the photographs, proudly advertising it for sale. It's the one gun that's missing from their home. At first, she claimed she had no knowledge of that gun, she had never held that gun, and later, looking at her social media, she's got the gun in her hand, and she's advertising it for sale.
Even though, under Michigan law, prosecutors do not need to prove a motive to get a conviction, investigators still want to know the why of the case. Usually, so does a jury when it involves murder.
What we found out in digging into their finances was their house was in foreclosure, one of their vehicles was being repossessed, they were severely behind on other loans as well, they had a mountain of credit card debt, and in addition to all of that, Amber was taking out payday Friday loans continuously at 300% interest just to get money. Why? Because she had a gambling addiction. She spent an exorbitant amount of money on gambling. Most, if not all, of these loans and this debt were taken out by her, and they were in Trenton's name. She tried to take out a loan in his name even after he was murdered.
As far as anybody knew, their relationship was still real good. But I thought, as Amber's mom, I knew what was out of characteristic for her. And when I heard her calling creditors saying Trenton had changed his phone number and she would give him hers, all of a sudden my mailbox in Charlevoix, which is like 70 miles away, is filling up with their mail. She's just like, I don't want to burden Trenton with all the knowing about all these bills because he's so worried about them. She just got very manipulative. Amber had come to me at one point and told me that, she was really in a financial bind. I took a loan out and I loaned Amber the money. Well, 6 months later is when all these bills started arriving in my mailbox. And I said, Amber, I took a loan out. I bailed you out of your financial trouble. What is all this? Well, she had over $25,000 in debt at the casino alone. And plus they had credit card debt. She had stopped paying the mortgage. The house was in foreclosure. The car had been repoed a few times. In fact, one time when it got repoed, she told Trenton that her and I got into an argument and she threatened to run me over with the car, so the police took her car. And he believed it. I had been watching Amber unravel for months. She was doing things like alienating the whole family against each other. When Amber gets into a situation, her first instinct is to just totally do away with it. There was no Amber sitting down talking to Trenton about their finances or anything. She just killed him.
As fingers continue to point to Amber, detectives do their best to try and get some answers from her that make sense.
I gotta tell you that there's a piece of information or piece of evidence that we have. It's in the lab right now. We're there. I can't tell you. It could be anything. Blood, fingerprints, shell casings. It's been 22 shell. If you have fingerprint, it's been 22 shell. DNA in 22 shell. Okay. Those type of things. All right. And we found the spent shell that was used. Okay. There's DNA. All right. Is there any possible way that your DNA can be on that shell?
There's a lot of 22 shells discarded at my house. We were shooting at 22.
We know that shell is the shell that was used to strike Trent, okay? What I'm asking you is a simple question, right? Is that 22 shell the one that we have, okay? Potentially it has a fingerprint and DNA on that shell. Is that going to come back to you?
No.
You better be absolutely certain, because I'm telling you right now, what you're seeing is not necessarily true.
I've explained it for you.
Well, why is that?
I did not shoot Trent, so if my DNA would be on that spent shell casing, so I would say no.
Hi, Grandma. I played baseball today.
Oh, that's great.
What position did you play?
First base.
That's what Grandpa used to play.
When our hearing wouldn't allow us to use a regular phone, it made us feel isolated.
It became difficult to communicate with our friends and family.
Clear Captions was an easy solution for us.
Clear Captions provides captions on a phone like captioning on your TV, so you can see what the caller is saying live as they say it,
making it easy to understand and respond immediately.
There is no insurance or Medicare required. Clear Captions service is provided at no cost to you through a federally funded program. We deliver, install, and train you on how to use your phone, all at no cost to you.
Give your loved ones the independence and connection they deserve.
Call now to see if you qualify to get a Clear Captions phone at no cost to you.
Call 1-800-921-4979. That's 1-800-921-4979.
Many probiotics don't survive digestion. That means whatever you're taking for your gut probably isn't getting where it needs to go. Seed's DSO1 Daily Symbiotic is the 2-in-1 prebiotic and probiotic engineered to survive, bringing live bacteria all the way down to the colon, toward a healthy digestive, skin, heart, and immune system. Get started today with Seed's DSO1 Daily Symbiotic. Visit seed.com to order now.
LitterRobot has now solved the litter box problem for over 1 million pet parents around the world. Hi, I'm Brad Baxter, founder of Whisker and LitterRobot. You'll never scoop again, and your cat will always have a clean bed of litter. Join the Whisker family and try a LitterRobot today.
Can you believe this? Doug Flutie and Frank Thomas. You guys look great. Once I turn 40,
let me guess, less energy, less drive?
Definitely.
It's not your fault. It happens to every man. Testosterone levels drop as you age.
Happened to you guys?
Yeah.
So what did you do?
We got Nugenix Total T.
To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text STURDY to 231-231. This unique man-boosting formula is powered by Tesnode, a key ingredient clinically researched to help increase testosterone levels.
That does it. I gotta get Nugenix.
Just send a text for a complimentary bottle. And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text STURDY to 231-231. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you lose fat and get lean absolutely free. That's STURDY to 231-231.
I'm Dr. Evan Zhao, founder of Pycogen. Our breakthrough cat allergen neutralizing spray reduces active cat allergens by up to 98% so that cat owners with allergies can finally be at peace with their pets. Experience comfort with your cats like never before at Pycogen.com.
The dentist will be right in.
Hey, I heard you're retiring soon. You excited?
Yeah, Doc, but there's so much to consider. Medicare, finances. Oh, and I lose my dental insurance.
You can get your own from Physicians Mutual. Easiest decision ever. It's real dental insurance that's real affordable. Well, I think my work here is done.
Wait, what?
Hey, I heard you're retiring soon. You excited?
Affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. One of the easiest retirement decisions you can make. For a free information kit, call now. This dental insurance helps cover over 400 procedures. Everything from cleanings and fillings to crowns and dentures. See any dentist you want with no deductibles and no annual maximum.
Well, I think my work here is done.
Wait, what?
To get your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Saving money is always exciting. That's why right now is the perfect time for you to join AARP. You get hundreds of benefits, resources, and tools that can help you save money, stay healthy, have fun, and make a difference in your life. Plus discounts at top retailers on dining, travel, and more. Join now to get your first year for just $15 with automatic renewal, plus a second membership for free.
Wow, that's a great deal, but I'm not retired.
Oh, you don't have to be retired. AARP is dedicated to empowering people 50 and older to choose how they live as they age.
Great, but how much can I really save?
Up to 15% off at restaurants, up to 30% off car rentals, plus free movie screenings, digital books, online games, and more. You'll even get AARP the magazine. Join now. Call or go to joinaarp.org to get your first full year for just $15 with automatic renewal. Plus, get a second membership and a trunk organizer for free.
800-794-1435. In northern Michigan, Trenton Mallory has been murdered, and his fiancée, Amber, is under suspicion.
I mean, there was no Amber sitting down talking to Trenton about their finances or anything. She just killed him.
One thing that was missing in the case was the murder weapon. We had a pretty good circumstantial case against her, but without that murder weapon, we didn't have the smoking gun, so to speak. And several months later, when the snow melted at her sister's house, her sister sees this .22 rifle buried in the snow. Did the right thing, called the police.
Detectives strike gold when they receive a call from Amy, Amber's sister, telling them she thinks the missing